Hello Internet! Today I'm going to be doing 3 working from home horror stories. So basically this is like the same story except it happened like 3 different times, so if you work from home, please learn from this story. Don't make this one mistake. Okay, so I intern for a company that is very flexible. It offers a lot of alternative working schedules for its employees, which means that a lot of people on some days of the week, on most days of the week, maybe it's just one day of the week, telecommute, work from home, stuff like that. And so, yeah, it ended up with some cool working from home stories, and I think they're cool and I think they're funny because they didn't actually happen to me, but these people are pretty embarrassed by it. I don't know. Story number 1. There's this woman and she works from home most of the time, and she's gotten very used to coming in and doing her morning status call with the team, but the team had recently upgraded our systems or something to a new like WebEx calling thing. Basically it was kind of like a Skype for business type setup where you could see the people who you were calling with and like talk to them, and it was a very small team meeting. And she got in and she dialed in as usual, and you know, she's a mom, she just had her kids in the back, and she clearly just, you know, got her morning coffee, came in, you know, hair up in a bun, and not like those cute like messy buns, like, oh, I just got up like this. No, like real messy bun, you know, t-shirt on, and she was ready to just talk to the team, except no one told her that it got upgraded to video calling instead of just voice calling. And so she like got on and she saw all of us, and then she kind of like looked at us and was like, "Can you guys see me?" And we were like, and so she like ran and changed back into, you know, just threw on a blazer, like pulled down her hair and tried to comb it a little bit, I guess. I don't know what she did, because when she came back she was like, "Hello guys, now I look nice and professional. What's this call about?" So working from home horror story number 2, also basically the same thing. So we were doing a calling conference, and one of my coworkers was moving into a new house, so she had all of the moving into your new house drama stuff going on. You know, I'm sure that's really hard. I haven't really moved anywhere except for moving into my college dorm recently, so I wouldn't particularly know. But she put the phone on mute, and then she went off to like deal with some stuff in between the phone call with her husband, and they were arguing about like internet and stuff, and how like when they scheduled the Comcast guy to come or something like that, and they were having this argument, and turns out she did not have it on mute. Because while the rest of us were trying to discuss these business things, we kept hearing their like fight over in the back. And I mean, it wasn't like a mean fight or anything. It wasn't super catty. It was a normal, "Oh my God, when did you schedule the Comcast guy? Really? Well, I can't pick, you know, our son up at that time. Can you go pick him?" And all that stuff. And I mean, they were just, it was like really uncomfortable, and I think we just kind of muted her, like, because someone could go through and mute each individual speaker if they wanted to, the person who had control over the meeting. So we just kind of went in and muted her after a little bit, after we realized what was going on. But yeah, that was interesting. And story number 3, I'm not even really going to call this a horror story, but it goes kind of in the same vein as the other 2 stories. So I have this coworker who I've actually mentioned before in my other videos. Her name is Jill, or the name that I call her is Jill. She has a daughter who is like 1-ish, and she was on a conference call one morning. She wasn't even like working from home that day, she was just like doing the call before she got to work, because she comes into work a little later than the rest of us. But her daughter was like in the background, and she started crying, and this was actually a conference call with one of our suppliers, so with someone outside of our company, and they didn't, you know her as well, so they didn't, you know, have this understanding that she had a 1-year-old daughter and that she was calling in from home and stuff like that. So the supplier on the other end was just like, "What is that?" And Jill, like without missing a beat, like the supplier was like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's just finance." Like, cattiest thing ever. All of us burst out laughing because it's like a running joke, like the SM people versus the finance people, and you hear this crying on the back of our phone, and she's like, "Oh, it's just finance. That's what they do every day." So that was a really quick 3 horror stories, not even horror stories. I don't know why I called them horror stories. I mean, it was slightly embarrassing for the first 2. Jill was just like, "Yeah, that's how I deal with that." But 3 stories for you. If you enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up. I'll be back here later. So yeah, for today, bye!